South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Why, after Joe Biden had handcuffs on Ukraine the entire time, why would he allow ballistic missiles to be fired into Russia, which we are providing? And secondly, why is he giving them more money? And why is he doing all of this, knowing that Donald Trump has a very different approach when he gets in office in 2 months?
Well, number one, if you'd given them the ability to fight early on, we'd be better off than we are today. But we're 1,000 days into this war. Ukraine is still standing. This war is about money. People don't talk much about it. But you know the richest country in all of Europe for rare earth minerals is Ukraine. $2 to $7 trillion worth of minerals that are rare earth minerals, very relevant to the 21st century. Ukraine's ready to do a deal with us, not the Russians. So it's in our interest to make sure that Russia doesn't take over the place. It's the breadbasket of really the developing world. 50% of all the food going to Africa comes out of Ukraine. We can make money and have an economic relationship with Ukraine that'd be very beneficial to us with peace. So Donald Trump's going to do a deal to get our money back, to enrich ourselves with rare earth minerals, a good deal for Ukraine and us. And he's going to bring peace. And Biden's been a disaster when it comes to containing bad guys.
So Ukraine could then pay America back the hundreds of billions of dollars we gave them in weaponry.
That's just a drop in the bucket of what. The richest country in Europe is Ukraine when it comes to rare earth minerals.
But this
that's why Russia's in the Donbass right now.
Okay, and this is now they've set up the potential. Russia now changed the rules, and they said, "Well, you fire a ballistic missile into Russia, we might nuke you," and that then puts the entire region in jeopardy.
And day one, when Trump gets to be president, Putin's going to knock all this crap off. The world's going to fall into place pretty quickly. We'll get a deal in Ukraine that's an honorable deal that will not entice China to invade Taiwan. I don't want to humiliate Putin, but I don't want to create another war by doing a bad deal. Donald Trump knows how to end wars. All Joe Biden knows how to do is start wars.
How do you stop Chuck Schumer from pushing through these radical
votes,
nominees?
I'm not good at math, but I do know this. They have a 2-seat majority between now and January the 6th. If I can get 2 Democrats to vote against a Biden nominee and we all show up, we win. I'm telling the audience tonight there are a handful of Democratic judicial nominees that 2 Democrats or more will vote against, but we all got to show up. I tend to vote for presidential picks, but the people being chosen now are the worst of the bunch. I voted against all of them. I have a couple of Democrats who agree with me that these people are too radical. The way we beat them is for every Republican to show up and pick up 2 Democrats. That means we got to show up.
What 2 Democrats are you thinking about? Because I can't think of one Democrat that is reasonable.
The same 2 that saved the Senate filibuster. The same 2 that have worked with us tirelessly on occasion. Cinema and Manchin. Yeah, right. I mean,
still there.
We can beat a few of these radical judges. We got to show up.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate it. Lindsey Graham, thank you. When we come back.